welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be here today. We know that time and energy are our most precious resources, so we really appreciate you making the time for this and to join us today. And know that the person who invited you here thinks that this might be something that would resonate for you and serve you in your life. And so I appreciate you trusting them enough and to come and be in this exploration of finding out what we have here. So my name is Leah, and I'm a leader here in the Purium community. I am 45 and not in my 20s, but I love being surrounded by people of all ages. And that's something that I love about this community is we're very intergenerational. And we're all people who have a passion for the health of humans and the earth and for transforming systems that haven't been working. And those include agricultural systems, food and health systems, and economic systems. So I'll share a little bit about my own story, and then I'll share a little bit more about what is Purium about, and then you'll hear more about it through everybody's story. So I'm an acupuncturist and massage and craniosacral therapist, and have been passionate about organic food since I was 14 and woke up to that I actually was eating animals and that I didn't even realize it. I was just eating whatever was put on my plate and was like, oh, like dead animal. Like I never really thought about that. And it led me down this whole path of discovering how many chemicals are in our food system. Because as I started to, my parents said, you need to figure out how to feed yourself, because we don't know how to feed you as a vegetarian. And that's where I discovered, oh my gosh, there are so many chemicals in this food system. And that became my passion for the next years. I was a farmer. I wrote my college thesis on community supported agriculture and the problems in the dominant agricultural and cultural systems. And it was like everything I was about like, whoa, we're all eating a lot of chemicals and we need to transform this system. But what I realized as I was doing that was, wow, this doesn't make a lot of money and it is a lot of hard work for many, many hours a day to be a farmer. And so I shifted back toward my other passion, which was the health of people, and realizing that was a better income stream. I could make my own hours. I always knew, because my parents were gone all day long growing up, they were gone 12 hours a day working, that was not the life that I wanted for myself or for my child or children. And so I took the path of the solo entrepreneur and started training myself up, spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on all my education, which I'm still in debt for. And it's been amazing to be able to help people one-on-one and, you know, help people to heal and to thrive. And I'm so passionate about that and always have been, where, you know, I make people feel good and like transform their health. But what I realized, especially once I had my daughter, who is now 4, was that there's only limited time that I can give in my life to people, you know, as far as office hours. And I could only make a limited income with $1 per hour kind of job. And so at that point, when I had my daughter and I was struggling, feeling exhausted by not sleeping for the first year of her life and trying to figure out, how do I show up for people one-on-one in my clinic and be with my daughter and like live a life of freedom and travel, which I love to do. And so I was praying for an answer, and I was praying for an answer for my health, because I was exhausted for the first time. No matter how much I knew about health and wellness, I was just adrenally fatigued. And I was praying for a way to create an income stream that wasn't based on me needing to show up physically to be able to get paid. And that's when Purium came into my life. And within 2 weeks, I had so much energy. My physical, my mental, my emotional health felt completely transformed. I felt strong again. I felt like I could have more capacity for being with my daughter. And then I just like felt on every level like, whoa, okay, I'm back to myself. And then I realized, wow, I can share this with other people and I can do it from home while I'm with her. And I can actually impact more people's lives in the same amount of time and make more money doing this. And so I've started growing my business here, being able to help people with health and well-being while being home with her. And now being able to have impacted hundreds of people's lives, when in my private practice, I can only impact so many at once. And so Purium has been a huge answer for me on so many levels, because it comes back to my passion for organic regenerative agriculture, transforming the agricultural system. It comes back to my passion for health and well-being, and it has woken me up to what's possible economically. That was a different model than anything I ever even knew existed growing up, and something that is accessible for all people. You don't have to go into thousands of dollars of debt to do this job. You can do it straight up with hardly any overhead. And that, I think, is something that I, as someone who recognizes that we all are coming from different places in our lives economically, I love to be part of something that is accessible for all people, no matter the color of your skin, no matter what gender you identify, no matter what your sexual preference, no matter your weight, no matter your age. And so that for me is really fulfilling also. And so I'm super happy to be here with all of you in your 20s who are exploring this at such a young age, of looking at how can you take ownership and empowerment in your own health and well-being, and how can you start to build wealth and an income stream that's going to support you to live all those dreams that I know that 20-year-olds have, and to be able to do that while helping other people. And so what I've been so inspired by people in their 20s, like Greta and all the people who are like leading, is that you've come into a world that is like full of all of these systems that include a lot of toxic energy, whether that's toxic chemicals, toxic thought forms. Like, you've come in full on into it. And like, I'm so grateful for all of you who are passionate about being the leaders for the next wave of consciousness, and for like really like recognizing this is the world you've inherited, unfortunately, but that you have the ability to change it for what you're leaving for the next generations. And I'm here with you. And I'm super excited to introduce all the women on this call, because they're all amazing and I love working with all of you. So first, I'm going to introduce Jessica, and I'm really so in love with your heart and your positivity and the way that you weave your energy and like ground into self-love and then shine that into the world, and your passion for creating change on this planet. So I invite you to come in and share your story.
Thank you, Leah, and thank you for the amazing introduction of what this is all about. Thank you for sharing your story. I am so grateful to be here in front of all of these incredible beings who are passionate about making change in the world. I got inspired to create this call, or I got inspired to be a part of this call because I see so many young people who recognize the issues that are going on in our world. Like Leah was saying, the toxicity in all of the systems. And I see people wanting to break these systems and rebuild new ones that are more positive, for supporting the environment, for supporting our health, and maybe changing the cycle of working 9 to 5, working our entire lives until we're 80 years old and retiring. I definitely don't want to be one of those people who works until I'm old and retires with very little, residual income to support me for the rest of the life. So if you're someone who cares about health, or cares about the environment, or wants to have more freedom in your life, drop a 1 in the comments, because this is what we're here to share about today, and how this vehicle we have found is really supporting us to make a bigger impact on this planet, is supporting us to create passive income while we're in our 20s. Like, that's so amazing. And then having true vibrancy in our health, really, really anchoring into this incredible, life-changing, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, community-based healing program. So a little bit about me. I'm Jessica Hodges, and I'm 22. And right after graduating college, which I did last May, I found myself hustling to be a solo entrepreneur. I knew I didn't want to work a regular job. And I was doing incredible work. I was doing Reiki healing sessions. I was doing one-on-one coaching. I was doing group workshops, and I love all this work. I love bringing self-love into people's lives and sharing tools and resources for people to find more empowerment in their life. And I just realized that it wasn't really sustainable for me. I wasn't making a decent income. I was working so hard to promote myself, to find the people who wanted what I had to offer, and I just didn't feel supported. So Purium came into my life originally as a solution for my health. And I felt within 3 to 5 days, I felt my entire body shifting, my cells regenerating, just a whole physical body shift, while my mind started to catch the vision of what was possible here, what was possible for my life, and how all of these incredible beings were creating something of such a big impact. Like, there is such a heart in this community. It almost wants to make me cry, because having a community is something that I've always craved in my life, and being surrounded by people who care about me and who want me to thrive and allow me to feel supported enough to share that with the rest of the world. Um, and that's what I found here. And I also saw that people were mamas of fives and young people creating passive income to be able to live their life and be able to give back to their community and family. And a huge vision of mine is to be able to spoil my friends and family. I want so badly for my dad, who supported me my whole life, to feel able to enjoy life, for my niece who's just growing up to have an example that you don't have to follow the same system, and just to kind of be an example for the people in my life that there's another way to health, there's another way to financial freedom, to true liberation of our time, of our income. And another thing is me getting out of debt. I was in school for a few years and tried a bunch of different entrepreneurial journeys in that time and got myself into a little bit of debt. So I know that this vehicle is going to allow me to get out of debt, to be able to spend my time camping and exploring the world wherever I desire to be in this on this planet. And to visit Hawaii is a huge dream of mine. Purium has been allowing me to save money to be able to go back and visit and experience that with my partner. And then, yeah, my bigger dream is to support my family, to support my dad to retire, and to be able to take my family on trips and experience life deeply, as well as creating community spaces, creating retreats and gatherings where people of every kind can come together and be empowered to dance and play and sing and create, and really just have this vision come to life through this vehicle is already happening for me. And it is so beautiful, because I am grateful to have a partner who is so passionate, who I'm going to introduce now, Martha Estrada, who is just such a light. She's inspires me. Every time she speaks, I can just feel her passion coming through her words, her excitement, and her compassion for this planet and for her family. So, Martha, I'd love to hear you share your story now. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Mm, Thank you so much, Jess, for just everything you're saying. It really, really resonates with me, and I hope that it resonates with everybody in here. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today, and I'm just so excited to be part of this mission with all of you guys. Just like, I mean, like Leah said, just like Jess said, I'm literally here to break the patterns and the cycles that we've been following for years and years and just generations. And yeah, just like a little bit about me, I knew I didn't want to follow the same model that everybody followed since I was like in high school. And I just never knew how I was going to get there. So I never even tried to go to school because I was like, no, I don't know what I'm going to do. There was just so much pressure to do the same thing everybody does. Right. And so so I didn't do that. And then that led me to barbering. So I've been a barber for about 2 years now. Well, it's going to be 2 years now. And barbering for me was like a way for me to like express myself, to create, to meet people, to be of service to people. And it was all like amazing until I started to realize that it wasn't really fulfilling like my soul's purpose. It was good because, sorry, I don't know if it, okay, sorry, it's good. I got a notification. Okay, cool. Because so it was good because for me, I was like, I can make my own schedule. I don't have a boss to be like on me and just telling me what to do. And that was like the good part that I really liked about barbering. But the thing was just like my soul was just not fulfilled. Like I was like, I want to create a bigger impact in the world. I want to help empower others to be empowered beings, to change the world, because the world needs a lot of healing, the world needs a lot of changes, and a lot of that comes with us. It starts with us. What we do on this planet is so important. Even if it seems meaningless sometimes, I know that every single person in this planet literally has a purpose. And so this was literally where Purium came in my life. A couple months ago, probably like 5 months or 6 months ago. That's when I reached out to Jess because I was like, yeah, like, this is like, I don't know. I knew she was doing something, but I was like, she looks amazing. She sounds amazing. I need whatever she's doing and whatever she's taking. So I've always been pretty like health conscious about like what I put in my body. Like I knew about the system that was just spraying a bunch of chemicals in our food. I knew that there was so many things I needed to change. And at first, just like Jess, I did it mainly to support my health because I knew it was something that I needed to change in my life. And as soon as I started to like literally take the products, I felt such a shift happen in my life and in all aspects of my life, like mind, body, and spirit. My body felt so much more supported and vibrant. I felt so much more energized, and I had the energy to have bigger visions of what I wanted to create for myself. That's when my mind started to get a lot more clear on what it is that I want to do. And I realized that this was the right vehicle for me to take to get to that like dream life that I wanted to create for myself, supporting others getting healthier, and also just creating a huge impact and being part of a community that cares about the planet, that cares about people. And yeah, so this is why I love just doing what I do now. I am doing just part-time, and that's a beautiful thing about this business. It's like I can spend, barbering is supporting me to like build my Purium business, and for me to be able to build that foundation to earn passive income so that eventually I can have the time freedom that I want, the location freedom that I want for myself, so that I can be able to like really enjoy life. Because I really feel like we're just here to explore, to enjoy, to learn, to heal, and to share this with others so that we can collectively shift the consciousness of the planet. So that is why I am so passionate about this. I, of course, want to support my family. I want to be able to change these generational patterns that are just not serving us anymore, and be an example for my younger siblings that I know are still part of society's expectations of what the world should look like. And I want to be that example for them of like, no, it doesn't have to be this way. You can enjoy your life. You can change things. You are so important. And what your soul is calling you to do is so important. So please listen to that soul call, So this just probably my biggest why, and of course just impacting the world and being able to travel and enjoy my life to the fullest. And as I'm enjoying that, just learning more and more about ways that I can support the planet and support the community that I'm part of. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. And I'm just so grateful to be part of this. And I'm so grateful for Jess and Leah and Alexis and everybody that's in here. Alexis, I'm going to introduce Alexis now. And Alexis has been literally such a nice, friendly mentor and friend. She's so passionate about this, and I can literally just hug her from like all the way over here because she's so beautiful and amazing. Thank you, Alexis, for bringing us together, because without you, Jess would have never been here, and I probably would have not been here. So yeah, Alexis, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Martha. Oh, I love you. I love hearing your passion. And yeah, I'm so grateful we're all here together. It's been so amazing to be here with all of you. And I'm Alexis Rollins. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii with my partner and my 2-year-old son. So I'm actually turning 28 next week. So I'm not in my early 20s, but most of you here are. And it's been so inspiring to me to have this team of people who are in their early 20s, like rising up, like, all right, let's break the patterns. Let's change this. Let's heal the planet. So that's why we're here today, essentially, is because this has just been so inspiring to Leah and I and our whole team. So I'm going to share my story from when my son was a month old. I had this precious, sweet little baby boy who I didn't ever want to leave, but I decided to start picking up gigs again when he was a month old, because while I was super grateful we were living and super supported by my partner's parents, I really wanted a home of our own. And so that meant that I needed to start picking up gigs again, so that could happen sooner than later. So I had a bunch of different gigs that I was doing, but I was still getting by barely financially. I was running a liquor demo company, which although I loved that I was able to create my own schedule, it didn't always feel in alignment with my values and my purpose. I was also managing my partner's music and dance studio where we taught classes and hosted community events. But because all of these events were in person, everything got canceled when the pandemic hit. And we had to make the difficult decision to close down our dance studio because we didn't know when we were going to have in-person classes again. So I remember a day shortly after Hawaii went on lockdown and all of our gigs were canceled. And I was laying on the floor, nursing my baby, feeling anxious and uncertain how I was going to do my part to support our family, since the ways I was making money were all put on hold. I was also feeling super exhausted and depleted from nursing throughout the night and was having a hard time even focusing and feeling like I didn't even have the capacity to start to figure out what to do to make money. So then one day, my beautiful friend Leah called and shared about this beautiful possibility for our family. And I felt in my body when she described what this was, I knew that I needed a health reset. I knew that I was adrenally fatigued and depleted, and it was time to take better care of my health. So I also saw the income piece to this, and I was willing to just learn how I can make income from home with this. I started listening to the community calls, and it felt amazing. I felt so uplifted, so inspired, and so empowered just by listening to the first few community calls. And within the first few days of taking the superfoods, I felt like I was coming back to myself, back to my vitality. I had way more energy, joy, patience, capacity, and more hope for our future. I didn't realize that doing a health reset would impact so many of the emotional and spiritual ways, but it's all so connected. So it's been a year now since I've partnered with Purium, and I've been so grateful to experience the support from the superfoods, the beautiful, loving support from this community. And I've felt like I've been on this fast track of personal development. And I now see how this is the vehicle that's going to help us to fund our dreams, to own a sustainable home with gardens, and to be able to travel as a family freely. And another part of my vision is for us to be able to rebuild our dance studio, the music studio, and a retreat center where families and women can come to heal and learn and grow together. So it's been so amazing to see all of these amazing women here just step in, ready to create their dreams and their visions. And one of those people who I'm going to bring on next is Abby. She's such a fun powerhouse content creatrix and so passionate about helping others in the planet. So she has only been with us for about a month, and she hit major goals in her first month, hit huge bonuses, and even doing her health reset and finishing final exams with school. So Abby, share with us your story, your why, and how you're doing this. Thank you so much for being here, love.
Thank you, Alexis, for bringing me on. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I see a couple of my dear friends on here. So excited to have you guys. So I am on the 18th day of my cleanse right now. And similar to what Alexis was saying about how she didn't know how a health reset could be so impactful, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a health reset. I'm going to feel fine. It's going to be what I normally do because I do a lot of intermittent fasting and thought that I was eating clean. But when I started doing this health reset, oh my gosh, the amount of detoxification that has just purged out of my body. She told me, she warned me, she was like, you're going to feel it. I was like, yeah, okay. No, I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it. And I just feel so powerful. I feel so energized. I feel so free spiritually, mentally, physically, like the whole triangle. And I do feel more clarity coming into my life. I feel a deeper connection to spirit and to source. And I really did think that I was eating so clean until the parasites started just like flowing out of my body, and I don't even want to look at sugar. Like I'm not even tempted. And that has been something that has been so hard for me in the past, because me, like probably a lot of you, have a really nice sweet tooth. And that sweet tooth was getting the best of me over and over and over again. It was torture because I didn't want to be falling back into those habits, but this cleanse is really helping me to gain clarity and to come back into myself and eat with the earth. And it just feels so freeing and so amazing. And that's why I invited you guys onto this call, because I want for you to feel this clarity and for you to feel the energy of this business, because all of you here are sharing the vision. All of you are sharing this new earth idea of community and commitment to just the greater possibilities instead of being stuck in this matrix, right? And that's why I joined this amazing network of a majority women. It's so amazing to see women taking the lead role in this business. Of course, there are tons of men who are doing it as well, but it's a huge paradigm shift for me to see it as I am a growing woman, as we are all growing women. It's so beautiful. And speaking of growing women, another beautiful soul that has decided to join me on this journey is Sabrina. Where are you at? Hello. She is from Canada, and she decided to make the run with me in this beautiful path. Thank you. And I would love for you to share your story.
Yes, thank you, girl. Hi, everyone. So lovely to see you again. So thankful for this space to share my story. It always uplifts me just talking about it. So this is really good. So I'm 21 years old. I'm living out of Toronto, Canada. And Purium found me at the perfect time because honestly, prior to COVID, I was working a basic waitressing job that I did enjoy, but it was mainly because of like the wonderful people I was working with. But that job itself was just very demanding. And by the end of the night, I would just feel totally depleted, just totally drained, just done, didn't want to do anything, just sleep. That's it. Right. And it wasn't until COVID hit and everything just got shut down. So I wasn't working. But at that point, I was going through a lot of like heavy anxiety, like I've never experienced like in my life before. And I've always dealt with anxiety here and there. But like at this point in my life, I was like, it was constant and honestly quite scary. And I was at the lowest I've ever been. And that's what sparked my spiritual awakening last March. And ever since then, like my life has changed for the better. And it wasn't until then, though, that like all those beliefs and desires and values that have always been like I'd say like hibernating in like the back of my head was just finally able to like wake up and actually be acknowledged like in the present moment with Purium now and in my spiritual awakening. Like it's finally happening, right? And I've recently realized becoming a part of a company like Purium, like it made me realize that I've always had an interest and passion for living a natural, organic lifestyle, like helping Mother Earth, but just never knew where and how to start. So through my awakening before Purium, I felt the strong need and desire to like eat a lot healthier. So I tried adopting a vegan lifestyle, but hoping it to get healthier, raise my vibration, fix some of those gut issues that like just never went away. And it's just nothing was working. It's like it was really getting worse. So on top of that, I was actually seeking a second source of income at the same time in my life, and I didn't know how to attain it. And then it's funny because once I spoke it out loud to the universe, it actually sent these tests my way for different job opportunities. So within that same week, I'm not kidding, I was offered 2 different opportunities where I could have made money, but both of them just really did not align at all with where I was trying to go. So I said, no, I know how this game works. I'm not falling for it. You know, I'm going to sit back and trust the universe that something more aligned with my timeline is going to show up. So, and I'm not kidding, within like the next few days, Purium, and I was literally on a Connect call with Alexis and Abby, you know, talking about this cleanse, and it's like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed. Finally, something came. And then now the opportunity to become brand partner was at the same time. And it was just so amazing. It was everything I needed. And it's felt so good so far. And that's why I've been able to finally, you know, make my investment back, become Fast Start consultant and director, in less than a month. And it's been insane. And I'm actually going for executive for the end of the month. And yeah, it's just been so amazing. And I'm so thankful that I'm a part of this community, because it's so aligned with who I am. And I'm finally so grateful that I'm experiencing such a high vibrational, you know, opportunity like this. And on top of that, I cannot stress enough also how much of like a personal development journey this is as well. When Alexis introduced me to like the widen your reach part of being a brand partner, as like intimidating as it was, I was like, okay, wow, like this is your excuse. You know, you've always said you wanted to not be scared to post on social media and whatnot. And it's every aspect of Purium has just benefited me, and I'm just so grateful for this opportunity and all you people. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Sabrina, and thank you for listening to your heart and your prayers and being here with us. It's been so amazing to connect with all of you and be on this journey with all of you. So, as you've heard, we are a community of activists, farmers, people in school, people just ready to help others with their health, help ourselves, and help the planet. And with that comes a powerful, supportive, loving community, the support from these superfoods, and personal development beyond what I thought I was going into, which has been amazing, you know, because who doesn't want to grow more quickly in their lives? So if you wanted to partner with us, this is how it works. So you would purchase one of our 4 qualifying superfood kits, and the business is free. And included with that kit, our foundational protocol is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which Abby was speaking to, that she's on, where it can be a gentle detox and deeply nourishing. It's a 30-day healthy reset, and it's $329, which breaks down to be about $11 a day. So that's about 2 meal replacements for only $11 a day. So most people find that they end up saving money on groceries, and our cells are being more deeply satisfied and nourished. So we end up eating a little bit less and feeling amazing. So the investment for your health is totally worth it. As you've heard from most of us, within the first few days, we all started beaming and so energized and so stoked on life. So your only overhead to start this business is $329, which is amazing because other businesses are like $100,000, $50,000 to start. So you can make that back, the $329. You could totally make that back within your first week. Some of us here did that, and we would show you how to do that step by step. And from there, you would share your gift card code, and then you get a commission back when you share a gift card code. And say one of your people, which most people, they get these superfoods into their body and they're like, wow, I love this. And they continue ordering monthly. And that's how you end up having more residual and passive income that you can build. And say one of your people fall in love with the products, or you have someone who wants to partner with you, then everyone that they bring on, all of their team, all of that comes up to you as well. So there's multiple streams of income happening here, and you're able to make a bigger impact on way more people than if you were just running a business by yourself. So let's see, the next part I want to go over is this amazing mastery leadership incubator that is coming up. And so, like I said, with this comes amazing free mentorship and training on social media and how to run a business. And one of the leaders of our team, Sarah Rhinelander, she's a total queen. She's amazing. She's showed us what's possible here. She worked smart and hard for 6 years, and then basically was able to retire, and has taken the last 6 months off basically, and was basically moved by our team and was like, you know what, I want to step back in here and offer something. So she's offering a 6-week incubator. I'm going to read to you guys what the square says because it's so powerful. It says, take your income and impact to the next level with this 6-week accountability container hosted by Sarah Rhinelander. Embrace your business as your path to self-mastery and unveil your superpowers to the world. We need you in your mastery. It's going to be so powerful. And she really ties in that personal development piece. In order to be successful with this type of thing, we have to be connecting with ourselves and working through our stuff in order to grow. And that's the beauty of it. So, if this is if you're feeling like you're ready to create another income stream, or you're ready for a health reset, or you're just ready for some massive growth and rising up, or linking arms with a beautiful community to help the planet and help people, we're here to support you every step of the way and would love to connect with you more. So get back with whoever invited you here and we can connect with you more from there. Thank you all so much for being here. It was so beautiful to hear all of your stories, and I look forward to connecting with the rest of you soon. Thank you so much, everyone. If you guys want to pop off and say goodbye.
Love you all so much.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. Aloha. I'm going to stop the recording.